The S1 Quit Kit. The S1 Quit Kit was sent to me for a review from Steeped Vape Co. out of the UK. Right now it's only sold in the UK, but they do have plans to bring it out to the US. So if you've never heard of Steeped before and you live in the UK, check them out. They have some of the best e-liquid that I've ever had. Really unique flavors too. But this review isn't about e-liquid. It's about their new device, the S1 Quit Kit. So let's talk about it. It has a stainless steel body, gold-plated brass 510 pin. You can get it for £24.99 British pounds, and it comes with a 90-day warranty. In the box, you get the S1 Quit Kit device, a spare glass tank, two 1.5 ohm coil heads, a USB charging cable, spare O-rings, and a user manual. This is a super simple regulated tube device designed specifically for smokers looking to quit. There's nothing really fancy about it, but I like the simplicity of it. The finish is real clean, and I also like how much glass that you can see on the tank. I know that probably seems weird, but that large glass tank was one of the first things that I noticed when I opened it. The device with the tank installed is 122 millimeters in length, which is about 5 inches, and it's 16 millimeters in diameter, so a little over a half inch. Overall, it's pretty compact and really light too. It's probably the smallest vape pen style device with this amount of power that I've seen. It's nice. It's manufactured by UD out of China. I've never owned a UD device, so I can't speak to their reputation, but they've been around for a long time, and I feel like they've always put out some reliable stuff. The S1 device looks very similar to UD's Apro 16, with just slight differences, so it's probably based on that device. And the Apro 16 had good reviews, or at least from Vaping with Vic, so that's good to know. The drip tip is just your plain old black POM plastic tip. It's built into the top cap and it doesn't come out, so you can't swap it out for anything else. But hey, it does its job. And it's perfectly aligned with the diameter of the chimney, so you aren't getting extra or less airflow due to an oversized or undersized tip. The tank is 2 mil capacity tank, which makes sense because the S1 is sold by a UK-based company who has to abide by the TPD regulations of 2 mil capacity tanks. It's a top fill tank, so you just unscrew the top and add e-juice. It's super easy. Steeped recommends that you use 50/50 VGPG e-liquid for the best flavor, and that makes sense for better wicking on a tank like this too. Since this is a kit for new vapors, and because they say 50/50 works best, I thought it was only fitting that I use a flavor that's just a little more refined. So I picked Castle Long from Five Ponds. Castle Long is a sweet Kentucky bourbon coconut and vanilla e-liquid. This is amazing e-liquid that I save only for special occasions where I crave it, which is why it's so dark. I've actually had this bottle since 2017, and while people will usually say e-liquid only lasts for about a year, that doesn't seem to be true at all for Castle Long. This tastes even better today than when I first got it. Anyway, this is a 50/50 VGPG ratio at 6 milligrams nicotine, and it vapes great. The flavor is really good. The throat hit is perfect, even at only 6 milligrams nicotine, and that's probably because of the high PG ratio. And the tank wicks liquid perfectly. And even though Steeped recommends 50/50, I also tried some of that Watermelon Rush Ice from Verdict Vapors, which is a high VG e-liquid, so that would be somewhere around 90 VG or so. I will say that high VG doesn't wick as well, but I had to chain vape about 10 hits in a row before I noticed the wicking was a little slow. So yeah, 50/50 works best and probably has better throat hit and flavor, but high VG should work fine too, as long as you're not vaping it too fast. The tank has an adjustable airflow ring as well, and it comes off so you can clean behind it, which is nice. But I like having an adjustable airflow on a beginner device because it lets you adjust it to your preferences. You can tighten it down really tight and get a nice, satisfying hit like that. But you can also get a lot of airflow if you open it wide up. And the airflow in this tank really surprised me. So for a really tight draw, I actually close the airflow all the way down. When it's completely closed, you still get a little airflow. And it's exactly how I like my tight draw to be. And what's surprising about the airflow is how much you can get with it wide open. You can actually get a slightly restricted lung hit. So there are plenty of airflow options here. In the box, you get 2 replaceable coil heads. One is pre-installed, and there's a spare in the box. These are 1.5 ohm coils, so that means they're recommended to vape around 13 to 18 watts. They're definitely designed for low wattage, tight draw vaping. These coils are also made with Ni80 wire, which really improves performance and fires fast. Once the coil starts losing flavor, unscrew the old one, toss it, and put in a new one. The coils are press fit, so you just push it into place at the bottom of the tank, and it's ready to go. The coils are really tiny, so if you have big fingers, it can be a little tough to get out. I've got skinny fingers, so it wasn't really a problem for me, but you might need to use a little screwdriver or some tweezers. The S1 Quit Kit is super simple and designed for beginners, so that means it has just one button and no other features. 5 clicks turns it on and 5 clicks turns it off. And since this is for beginners, you might be a beginner watching this video. So I would always recommend turning off any device before throwing it in your pocket or bag, because it's really easy for a device to push up against something in your pocket or whatever and start firing without you even noticing. The battery is an 800 milliamp hour battery, so it's decent. You aren't going to be cloud chucking with this thing because that's not what it was designed to do. So with lower wattage vaping, you should get 2 to 3 days out of the battery before it needs to be charged. It charges at a max of 1 amp, so that's pretty slow. You can expect a fully dead battery to take a little over an hour to charge. But on the plus side, you can vape the S1 while it's charging, which I know is a feature that a lot of people really like, especially if it's your only device. The S1 has a max voltage output of 4.8 volts. That means with a 1.5 ohm coil, you'll be getting around 15 watts. I found that around 15 watts is just about perfect for e-liquid with a strong throat hit, like high PG e-liquid, or for high nicotine. So the wattage of the S1 is a really good choice here. And the ramp up time is super quick, which is always great because that drastically improves the satisfaction of a vape. Okay, that's it for the S1 Quit Kit. 50-50 PG-VG ratio works perfectly in the tank. The tank wicks e-liquid great, and I never get dry hits. There are plenty of options for airflow, and the flavor is very good. The battery life is also good enough to get you through a couple of days. Overall, I think it's a really nice kit and perfect for a beginner or even a seasoned vapor just looking for something small to carry around. So I got this directly from Steepd, S-T-E-E-P-D. So if this is something that you're interested in, check them out. You can get it for about £24.99 British pounds. All right, thanks for checking out this review, and I'll catch you in the next one.